fart, 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 fart.
I hate this fucking movie.
Geoff is in no mood, ladies and gentlemen. He is in no mood. We have a very, very special film seizure for you today. It is a national holiday. It is Friday the 13th. And what does that mean here at Film Seizure Land? It means that you get a Film Seizure special where we talk about a Friday the 13th movie. But unfortunately,
we're in the dark era, isn't it? We're in the dark times.
This is the one that Geoff has been dreading.
Fucking hate this movie.
Dreading. In fact, all the ones that Geoff likes are behind us.
Yeah, they're gone.
There's
some things I like.
There is some charm ahead of us,
but I don't really like it.
None of that will be talked about today.
No.
Today is a dirge of shit.
The dirge of shit. Dirge spelled like what? Turd backwards?
Sure.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, we'll go. It's spelled we're fucked.
Yeah. It's spelled we ain't got much here.
No, it could be a quick one, folks.
And that's fine. That's fine. Let's just move on to Jason X.
Yeah. Jason X I have some fondness for. This one I thought I did. I don't.
You don't at all. Like, okay, I agree with you. The opening scene's kind of nice.
The opening scene is fun, but it's still stupid.
It's so stupid.
There's a lot that's just stupid about this movie. It is a dumb fuck movie in every way, shape, and form.
You've used my term.
Yeah,
a dumb fuck movie.
This is a dumb fuck movie. It is the epitome of cash grab.
It's the epitome of dumb fuckery.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, let's just slap something together, call it Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday, tell everybody that Jason dies, and collect money.
Yep, and then slap our own greedy dicks over it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just splooge all over it. It's real bad. This movie's bad.
This movie sucks my balls.
It's insulting how poor this movie is. Like you mentioned it. I forget what the moment was, but you're like speaking on behalf of the character and then saying, "And I'm going to fire my agent."
Oh yeah, it was right at the very end where she's like, "Oh, it's over, it's happy, and I'm going to fire my agent."
Yeah. Everyone should have fired their agents after this movie. I mean, Christ.
This movie in no way, shape, or form even comes close to looking like, feeling like, or acting like a Friday the 13th movie. And there is a reason for that, I guess.
And even if you were, I tried, Geoff, I tried real hard to be the shepherd. I tried to watch this movie through the lens of, okay, let's pretend it's not even a Jason Voorhees movie. It's not a Friday the 13th movie. Would it be a good movie?
No.
If you just let it stand on its own? And no. The answer is unequivocally blah. It's unequivocally terrible.
You've got a big giant Jason.
Got a big fucking worm in my face. Oh, it's so bad. Because none of the plotting makes any sense in any...
There's like 5 pages of script here. Yeah. And the rest is just fuckery.
Okay. Yeah, this is a movie. All right. So let's just talk about all the things we hate. That's, I think...
This movie makes me want to kick puppies.
Because there's nothing to like here.
No. Anybody who says, oh, 8's the worst, or, oh, 5's the worst, that's not even Jason. This fucking shit isn't Jason either.
What would you say? Let's have just a fun conversation.
Impossible around this movie.
Well
okay, no, wait, we haven't even said what movie we watched.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, we did. I think I said it.
Jason Goes to Hell, the final
fuckery.
Friday.
Yeah.
The final fuckery. The final fucking Friday.
This is Jason, it's not even Friday the 13th because New Line Cinemas didn't own
I got
the rights
some history
to that title.
I got some history with
well, that maybe will make this episode somewhat interesting. What would you say before this movie was your least favorite Friday the 13th movie?
Probably 8. But 8 I still have some nostalgia for, some appreciation for.
I would probably say 8 as well.
Because as mean-spirited as 5 is, I don't really hate that movie.
I kind of like that movie. It's fun.
Well, okay, so now you've come around to... You hated it a year ago or whatever.
Did I hate it when we talked about it?
Did.
And the more I've thought about it, I kind of like it more.
Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to begrudge.
I guess maybe too.
It's also in the lens of watching
right.
9.
Well, 9 and 8, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of 7 either.
Oh, I like 7.
In hindsight, 5 is a lot of fun, even in its mean-spiritedness.
It tried to want to be something.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. This movie has no aspirations except for separating you from your
money.
$7.25. Yeah, that's because I probably paid $5.25 for a matinee of this on a Saturday. At nighttime, it would have been about $7.25, maybe $7.75. That's what it wanted from you. That's what it wanted.
Yes, it was a cash grab, and it did its job. It made how many times is that? Over 10 times? No, that's not right. Over 5 times its budget.
But the thing is, though, if you look before 8, you're going to see way bigger numbers.
Oh, sure.
Than that.
Sure.
This movie is a failure in terms of its.
Oh yeah,
comparison, because this was during the time.
Yeah, $15.9 million is not exactly setting.
No, because I think even 8 made 25 or something. So this was heavy diminishing returns. But also, this is a slasher movie done in an attempt to be like the 80s, when it's well beyond, like, I mean, Jason Takes Manhattan was beyond the craze of the 80s slasher. This is beyond that. So yeah. I mean, it has no, there is no place for this to fit in.
No,
anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you really hit it on the nail on the head, though. It's like, you could have made just another Friday the 13th movie and stuck with the same tone and feel of the 8 that came before it, and it probably would be a better movie for it. This
maybe wouldn't have made any more money, but it would have been better.
It would have been better. But yeah, I think, and I don't know why. Why did they go this route? Like, what was the reason?
Are you ready for the history lesson here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because to me, I mean, you can do a Freddy's Dead type movie and still be terrible, but make it a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I mean, those movies have been trending in that direction anyway.
Yeah.
This movie is just in no way, shape, or form does it feel in any way like a Friday the 13th movie.
It doesn't feel like any type of movie.
No.
It doesn't feel like anything. It feels like diarrhea. Like it's there and it's going to happen to you. And you just got to let it happen.
Don't make any sudden moves.
Right. Just inch your way to the bathroom.
Real careful getting up from the couch.
Yeah, exactly. That little Jason worm that possesses people is like the little turtle out your butt. It's that little start. It's like
It's the cork.
Yeah. I better make my way to the bathroom. No. So the story goes. Okay. So after 8.
I guess I should have done my Camp Crystal Lake documentary research on this one. I haven't watched Beyond probably like 6 in a long time.
Oh.
In the documentary
I thought that for some reason I thought the end of that sentence was going to be I hadn't watched Beyond the Planet of the Apes. I'm like, what? That's not one of the movies. That's not like, for some reason, I had Planet of the Apes on my mind.
I wish we'd watched that
I wish
movie.
we were watching Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I'd watch the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes.
Yes, I would too.
Over this.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So the story goes, after 8, Paramount finally was like, we've had enough of this Friday the 13th bullshit. They had been embarrassed since the first one at how popular these were.
Yes.
They finally could cut it loose with a poor performance, with a subpar performance with 8. So they did. And they sold it to the house that Freddy built, New Line Cinema, which automatically means that Jason doesn't mean dick to them. And you're right. This is kind of a cash grab for them. And it was a way for them to say, hey, you know what? We can eventually get Jason and Freddy into a movie together.
Right. Yeah.
Which unfortunately took like 10 years.
Yeah. Which is weird, right? I mean,
right. But So even though it was teased, you thought by the mid 90s this would have happened, but no, New Nightmare happened instead. And there was a different feel and a different direction at that point. And by the second half of the 90s, Wes Craven was all the way in on his self-aware horror, which kind of starts with New Nightmare.
It absolutely starts with New Nightmare.
And peaked at New Nightmare, in my opinion.
And quite honest, I like Scream, but
no. But I mean, in terms of dramatic usage, like Scream, I would say Scream is good in the comedic, like in the lighthearted peak of that same thing. I'm not going to shit on Scream. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to shit on Jason Goes to Hell.
And just getting into your timeline, it makes sense as well that Freddy versus Jason would get derailed, because if you're New Line Cinema and Wes Craven has an idea for a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, you're gonna fucking do it.
Right. Jason,
that is almost guaranteed to make money.
They basically went up to Jason Voorhees and then fucking straight armed him in the face and put him down.
They noped him.
No. Yeah. You're done.
We got Wes back in.
Yeah. So they thought, well, we want to do something with it. We bought this for a reason. So they bring in Sean Cunningham, who made the original Friday the 13th. Sean Cunningham does not like Jason Voorhees. He's been known to say something really disparaging about that, quote, fucking hockey mask. He didn't even want that.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, right? Because his original movie, Jason Voorhees was only a stinger at the end. Mm-hmm. It's not, the movie was his mother.
Right.
He was not involved outside of getting the credit for characters created by or whatever beyond the first one. So he said, well, I'll do something, but I'm not going to do that fucking hockey mask, basically. And they went for it because it's like, well, what else we got to lose? Shit out $3 million. It'll probably, collect us 15. Sure enough, it did. Right. So it was New Line does not care about Jason Voorhees. And they were just trying something different. And it's relatively clear that Sean Cunningham doesn't care about Jason Voorhees.
This is funny. Cunningham has denied ever telling Marcus to, quote, find a way to get rid of that fucking mask.
Yeah.
But while on the horror podcast Cinema Toast Crunchcast, Marcus finally broke his silence on the matter, revealing the truth. Huh.
That he did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the worst kept secret ever, that Sean Cunningham really didn't want to do something that had been done 7 times before.
Tony Todd dodged a bullet.
They wanted him for Creighton Duke, huh? Yeah, I bet. So like he was basically like, I'm going to do this movie, but it's going to be something different. And there is some, he did coach people to try something there. And I will never disparage somebody for trying something different. The problem comes after the fact that this is Jason Voorhees. The trailer sold a different movie, that flat out. We didn't see all of the other bullshit in between the first act Jason Voorhees and the third act Jason Voorhees. We didn't see the fucking dumbass bullshit in the middle.
Right.
So I mean it's we got took when we went to the theater and saw this.
Yes.
And I got took for the $5 fucking at Walmart when I bought the fucking Jason 9 and Jason X.
You've got Jason X on there.
That's true. That's worth $5.
It's worth $5.
That's worth $5.
It's interesting. I didn't really think about this, but the director, Adam Marcus, has later acknowledged the concept similarity to that of 1987's The Hidden, which he stated he had not seen at the time, and that the similarity was coincidental, which... Yeah, it would be coincidental because The Hidden is actually a good movie. nothing that's good in The Hidden is in this movie.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of... I mean, there are plenty of instances in which there's a body hopping monster, I mean...
Right.
To a certain extent, I mean, hell, even Life Force does that.
Sure. I mean, it goes all the way back to Body Snatchers.
Yeah, exactly. But we just had an off mic moment there.
We actually should just share that. We like fist pumped it when we realized that Life Force is
a Force movie.
Yeah.
Force February 2021. Here we come.
That movie's fantastic.
Well, it's a lot of booby.
It's so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big plus in that.
Oh yeah.
And
Toby Hooper.
Yeah,
It's good stuff, man.
You got Patrick Stewart in there.
Yep.
I wish we watched that movie instead of Jason Goes to Hell.
Me too.
So, So anyway, what's the plot of Jason Goes to Hell?
Oh, man, it's a couple sentences. Jason Voorhees is apparently not a human. His entity is some sort of worm-like creature that when his body is destroyed hops to other bodies as a host, but it needs a permanent host, and the only way it can find a permanent host is in the body of another Voorhees.
You got the second sentence with the z. Yeah, Voorhees. Yeah.
And that's really the plot.
Yeah, so it's a lot of Jason chasing his great niece.
His aunt. Because isn't she the sister?
Niece.
I thought that
she's
woman, the older woman, was the sister.
Erin Gray of Battlestar Galactica fame.
Yes.
She's look up pictures of her in Battlestar Galactica. It's kind of.
Is she a cousin?
She is either a cousin or she is Jason's cousin.
I think she's Jason's cousin, and that would make the daughter of his second cousin and a third cousin.
See, now this is where shit
either
gets
second and third cousins, or it's like first cousin once removed and twice removed. I forget how that works.
I don't know, but
anyway.
You know what? In the writer's room, somebody should have raised their hand and like, this is fucking stupid.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
They shit this thing out.
Yeah, it's like, man, I don't give a shit about what you think. I just cashed my $20,000
Somebody
check.
said we need a script. Somebody turned one in. It was read, and the producer said, "This will do." It didn't even go to rewrites.
This'll do.
This'll do.
This'll do. That'll do, pig.
Everything you know about this new mythical lore of Jason and his evil ways is told to us from, what is his name?
Creighton Duke.
Creighton Duke,
who is apparently just a guy who knows everything there is to know about the Voorhees.
He's a bounty hunter who just knows all of this stuff that no one else knows and that he could not possibly know. There's no one that he could learn this stuff from.
No, it's impossible.
But he tells everybody that this is what's happening, and it is what's happening in the confines of this movie, but it's inexplicable that he would know any of it. And the only reason we know what's going on is because he inexplicably does. And he tells us. And it's fucking unbelievably stupid.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And he doesn't do anything other than tell us these things.
He breaks our hero's hand to give information.
So his whole thing is he's going to catch and kill Jason Voorhees for $500,000.
He tells TV Man.
Yeah.
He tells he tells Bill O'Reilly on the old Inside Edition.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $500,000. And this guy who's, his name's Chad. Chad TV Man.
Or Brent.
Brent TV Man.
Brent Chad.
Brent
Chad TV.
So he's like, and it's like, oh, by the way, I'm dating a Voorhees girl.
Yeah.
Who has a baby.
I stole, and he stole her mom's corpse, and then he went. This is a quote from this movie. I stole her mom's corpse, and then I went home and fucked her daughter. What?
Yeah, this guy is. He's Chad Reaganomics in the 90s, which makes him extra worthless at this point because the stock market's crashed, buddy. It's over. So anyway. So he's like, all right, so I'm gonna pay him the $500,000
Right.
to see if he's worth it.
It's a publicity stunt for the show.
So then, so Creighton Duke shows up in Crystal Lake, and immediately he finds Aaron Gray.
He's like, "You don't know who you are."
Yeah, and he says something to her, and she's like, "Leave me alone." Cop comes over, who's dating Aaron Gray, and says, "Hey, buddy, stop talking to my lady like that." He's like, "Well, I'd stop talking to her if she took my dick out of her mouth," or something fucking aggressively stupid. Like, this guy is aggressively stupid. And he's like, "I fucked your girl and I'm going to fuck you," or something. I don't know what he says, but he gets thrown in jail. Deservedly so. She ends up dead. Yes. Because he fails. He fucking fails immediately. Creighton Duke, you're an asshole. And so girl, her daughter, who has baby Voorhees, baby daddy is this dorky dude who gets thrown in jail for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, he discovered the body. They don't have any other suspects. They think
so they throw him in the jail. That's fine.
So they throw him into the jail with Creighton versus Duke.
This is a Sweet 16 showdown.
Absolutely is. Yeah. That'll be a good matchup.
It's a 4 versus a 1 seed here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big East versus the ACC, man.
His middle name is V. No. Creighton V. Duke.
And all of a sudden, Creighton Duke is like, "I got all the info you need.
But you got to pay.
It's going to cost you."
You're like, what, another $500,000? It's like, this guy's extorting people.
Right?
No, he's going to break this guy's fingers.
Which, why?
And the guy's like, well, he asks another question. He's like, oh, that's going to cost you. And the guy just hands over his hand like a fucking cuck.
It's like, that's an expensive question.
Yeah, and he's like, take my hand. But he doesn't do anything that time. He didn't do anything.
He breaks his hand twice, though.
He breaks fingers.
Fingers.
On his left hand, at least, which he's right-handed.
But why?
I don't, because he's an asshole. Everybody in this movie's an asshole. Our hero's an asshole because he willingly lets his fucking hand get mutilated by an asshole who got thrown in jail for being an asshole to another asshole.
And he turned down the sexy redhead at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, our hero's an idiot.
Dummy.
He could have saved that girl's life, did he? Nope. He turned out to be worthless.
Oh, yeah.
Because he isn't even needed to win. Like, it's all about this dagger.
He's just around.
He's just there to be, hero man. But he's a fucking dork.
He's a diversion.
Yeah, sure. I can think of plenty of words that start with a D that match him. So he...
Creighton Duke has a dagger.
Yeah, and he gives it to the girl and it transforms into magic dagger. And it's like, she's got to stick this in the Jason Voorhees.
Only a Voorhees can kill a Voorhees.
Sure.
With this dagger.
Okay.
So where does dagger come from? Was it conjured by fucking ancient Voorhees? Give me something.
Yeah.
Did you just pull his fucking dagger out of your asshole?
And it's like, this'll work.
Yeah, just try that.
Try this. It changes when you touch it. That must be the right dagger.
This movie is shockingly insulting to its audience. It is unbelievably insulting.
These fucking assholes
they'll just fucking eat it up. Yeah. We're gonna kill Jason.
And apparently, 72% of Google users do eat this shit up.
Which
fuck you.
Yeah. Apparently, Google users, people who rate their movie preferences on Google, are fucking morons. Because 72% like this movie, as opposed to 4.3, 43% essentially on IMDb.
But IMDb is a tool of the left,
and that's not even an average. That's just a score. That's not a like or love or
it's
hate.
just based on the score. It's a star score.
So it's an average score of 4.3, and a Metacritic it's a 23% or something.
Yeah, it's 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's too high.
It's too high.
That's too high by about 23%. I imagine one yokel likes this movie. One guy likes this movie.
I don't know what.
It's probably some 2-year-old
Why?
kid with incredible brain trauma.
I want to know why.
Well, I just told you, incredible brain trauma.
Incredible brain trauma. That would explain it.
Yeah.
It would.
There's
like a brain injury would explain it.
There's one point.
Other
in
than
which,
that, I don't know.
There's one point in which Creighton Duke steals the little baby and leaves a note. And the movie reads us the note while looking at the note. In his voice. I have your baby. Come to the Voorhees house if you want to see him.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
all
okay,
of a sudden
well,
there's a Voorhees house.
Yeah, and there's treated like the Nightmare on Elm Street house because it's New Line.
Right.
And so, my thing was about this note, the reason why it was read to us was that anybody who likes this movie has no interest in reading. So it has to be voiced over while looking at the note. I hate this movie.
I try at least, Jeff. I try to be.
I wasn't going to let you.
I know. I try to be someone, at least turn over a new leaf in recent years since we've doing this podcast, of not being
a snob.
A snob. Sure.
That's
a succinct way of putting it. Yeah. Right, and allow people to just like what they like and be laissez-faire about it, right?
Sure.
Like what you like, it's okay. But if you like this movie, I'm sorry, you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. I want to say stupid, I want to say you're a moron, but I'm just going to say you're wrong. Because this movie is not good at all.
Well, we won't be bashing Avatar this week. We'll be bashing Friday the 13th part.
I'll get to Avatar one day. But even that one,
that movie
I could give a lot of leeway to.
Oh, if we want to compare those two movies, Avatar is fucking.
It's a goddamn masterpiece.
Fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Next to this. Yeah.
Oh,
of course it is. Of course. It is.
I mean, it's very competent.
This movie is very incompetent.
Yeah. I struggle to find anything of any value or worth in this movie.
Sexy hitchhiker girl.
She is sexy.
She's cute.
Yeah.
The girl at the beginning. The opening scene's
scene is pretty good. Although they even fucked that up with the incoming. It's like,
there's a guy
they're dropping mortars from the sky,
and there is somebody who speaks directly into the camera to tell us to clean this shit up.
Yeah. So even the coolest scene in the movie, they managed to fuck it up somehow with goofiness.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have just got a rocket launcher or a bazooka or something. Bring the bazooka back. You're only a few years out of the 80s. Bazooka him. Dude, that would have been great.
If we ever make a movie,
I would have cheered.
If we make a movie, I'm bringing the bazooka. I don't care if this is a fucking drama. I'm bringing a bazooka to the party. I'm going to find a way to write a bazooka into our movie.
There is some stupid. All right, so the first scene, I've stood by the first scene in my mind for years.
Yeah, you didn't hear the grumbles that I had when you talked about the first scene. I've even
shown it to Susan. I was like, I really like this first scene, but it's not very good. It's a great idea, but it's not very good. So I'll set it up. This sexy woman shows up at a cabin in
Camp Crystal
Lake. You're like, all right, this is the tone you want.
There's they do one thing I really, really like, but go ahead.
She gets to the cabin. She's probably traveled for a while. She's a little tired. She wants to get a bath or shower. So
what's the first thing that happens when she goes into the cabin?
Oh, well, she turns the lights on and they go out.
So she has to go to the shed,
right,
get a light bulb. That light bulb goes out. Yeah. She almost falls over. You don't know what's, it's like, is she being attacked?
They're building some suspense, right? And it's a fucking Friday the 13th movie. Jason's going to attack. Right? It's going to happen. So, and eventually it does. She's in the shower. She gets out of the shower. She's got a towel wrapped around her, and Jason shows up and he chases her. Cool. This is a Friday the 13th movie.
It's Friday the 13th, yeah.
Yeah, this feels right. This is fun. And then it gets even better because she runs out into this open clearing, and then she's looking around, and Jason's nowhere to be found.
And then he pops up.
It's like, ooh, he's got her.
He's got her.
And then all the floodlights come up.
Yep.
All around her, and she runs like motherfucker, and she dives out of the way, and there's all this army
It's like a
people.
SWAT
It's like a
team.
SWAT team that have surrounded Jason, and they pump him full of bullets. Hot lead. They're pumping him full of it, which is stupid because they're like all in the crossfire.
Right, of course.
Right.
But whatever.
But then this goofy guy, he looks like Shane Black from Predator, says incoming, and it's like, oh wait, incoming from where? Are they?
They're dropping bombs.
Are they dropping bombs?
They're dropping bombs.
And one of them hits, and it misses, and it almost hits them, and they're like diving out of the way, and then another one drops, and
explodes.
Jason explodes.
Just explodes.
Like his head blows off. Like
his heart blows out.
Yeah.
His chunks of limbs. It's like, okay, cool.
It's cool.
Cool. All right.
It's like, holy shit.
My favorite
It's
thing
like
in that
they
scene.
not only did they promise that they would kill Jason,
They did.
killed him in the first scene.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, wow, where's this movie going to go? This is
Nowhere good.
This is interesting. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That is as good as it gets.
My favorite thing in that opening scene, she's like getting ready to get in the shower. She's like I think she brushes her teeth or something. And she keeps moving down and moving back up, and you expect to see something in that fucking mirror.
Yeah.
And it never happens. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. I love that.
Yeah.
Nothing happens from it, but that's fine because it's
Right.
We're setting up a different expectation.
Yeah, and it's playing off of stuff.
Yes.
From the earlier films. It's
And it was certainly playing off of tropes.
yeah. And yeah, it's great. I mean, it's interesting. But that's it.
It never.
It-
I mean, and the funny thing is that scene is so good compared to the rest of the movie. I mean,
Well, you almost feel like they were conceptualized separately.
yes,
You know what I mean?
like somebody came up with that scene, and then
Yeah.
some other,
And they're like, "Ooh, that's good.
and then somebody
How
came
do we fit
in.
it into this pile of shit?"
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say then everybody got fired, and then they brought in Rusty the inbred cousin to finish writing the movie. And then he wrote the rest of the movie.
I mean, I'd read his script.
I mean, there's a little
Before I
bit of
watch this
inbreeding
again,
going on.
yeah.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, well.
What else is good in this? Oh, the credits, the end credits. Those are good because the movie's
over.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about the Necronomicon. We have to talk about the end with the Freddy stinger. Yeah. So apparently, this movie was also supposed to be an Evil Dead tie-in.
Which I don't know how that was going to work because that same year, Evil Dead came out from Universal.
Yeah.
And Universal's not usually keen on giving out their shit.
The director has said afterwards that there was things they wanted to shoot that they didn't shoot, where they actually resurrected Jason with the Necronomicon.
Like he's a deadite?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
But to me, all feels like horseshit. It's just like trying to explain away
It's trying
how
to put
terrible this movie is.
It's trying to put lipstick on a pig's turd.
Yeah. But there is a scene towards the end with the Necronomicon, and it's like, that's kind of fun. That's neat. The Necronomicon's in the movie. That would be fun if there was a crossover, and they did one years later with the comic
With comic
Freddy
books.
versus Jason versus Ash, which is a lot of fun.
But that's not what we were promised.
No. And then, of course, it being New Line, there was obviously a lot of speculation at that point of, will there be a Freddy versus Jason movie? It took a long time for them to get one. And then there's the stinger with the Jason, or
Mask.
sorry, the Freddy claw coming up out of the dirt, dragging Jason's
what
mask
bothers me about that?
down into the ground. Because Freddy had already died in
There's
his
two.
movie.
There's two things that
So he
bother
drug
me
him
about
down
that.
to hell with him.
There's two things that bother me about that. One, he doesn't call him a bitch.
Yeah.
Come here, bitch, or something.
Bitch.
Number two, watch that scene. That's a metal mask, right? When he
Yeah.
pulls it under, he crumples it like it's made out of leather. This movie sucks. This movie, that did it for me. 27 years ago, I was sitting in that theater and was like, wait a minute.
So here's the
and
thing.
I hated
with that.
this
Here's the
movie
thing
ever
with that.
since.
My 14-year-old brain exploded at that though. Because
I mean, it was fine,
and it
but-
made I think they did it for two reasons. One, yes, to set up the the hopeful Freddy versus Jason movie.
Yeah.
And also to make you forget about how god awful everything that came before it was.
Didn't work.
Because sometimes like a stinger ending, you'll walk out and that's all you'll talk about. And you'll tell people about it.
Ask Marvel how they do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the word of mouth could come. It's like, oh my God, it's going to be a Freddy versus Jason movie. Blah, blah, blah. That's all people will talk about. And it'll get other fucking assholes to see it and dupe them too, right?
Yeah.
So not only were you duped, but it dupes you into duping your buddies to getting duped.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened. Because I remember when that movie came out, people were talking about the ending. I was like, oh, I got to see it. Yeah.
We're dupes.
If
Yep.
I was 14, I have an excuse. Grown men who like this movie, fuck you.
Probably related to that.
Come at me, bro. Don't at me. But come at me. I don't know what that means. I'm way too old for this shit.
Can we be done?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's finish this.
This is a good special.
Is it? It's very special.
Did you guys enjoy that? Don't watch this movie. Whatever you do.
Yeah, don't.
I want to break the cycle
of abuse,
and of dupe.
Yeah, of dupe. Yeah, don't watch this movie.
Doopy doop.
Listen to your smart friend. Listen to your friend Billy Zane. He probably says don't watch this.
Don't watch this movie.
All right.
Friends don't let friends watch Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, friends only let friends, I don't know, smoke pot or something instead. I don't know.
Anything.
There's anything you can
almost anything.
Do heroin instead of watch this movie.
Yeah, I mean, even some things that are illegal you should do before you should watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're back to our normal schedule on Wednesday. I'm done with this movie. I want out.
I'm going to do something fun now on Friday the 13th. We got this out of the way. I'm going to do something better. I'm going to celebrate this holy holiday. Maybe I'll watch Final Chapter.
Watch the good ones?
Yeah.
Watch 4, 5, 6. Watch the Tommy Jarvis trilogy.
Love them.
All right. So
never get old. They never get old.
Never, and they're never going to give you up. They're never going to let you down.
I don't want them to.
Yeah. All right. So regular schedule back on Wednesday. I think our next one is something about Almost Famous, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, filmseizure.com. That's where all our junk is.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah. And our junk is there too.
Yeah.
It's a surprise.
It is.
Click on the wrong link. Here's our junk.
Our PUD.
Our PUD, as one guy put it. I haven't heard that in decades. That's great.
That's something to like.
Yeah, something to like.
Hey, Monster Mondays. You got the opening scene. Somebody calls it PUD. And what else? What's the third thing?
Oh, God.
It's tough.
Hitchhiker Girl. She's cute.
Yes.
She's
Hitchhiker
cute.
Girl.
Yeah,
All right.
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah,
Three
Monster
things.
Mondays this. I never have to watch this movie again. So Mondays, Monster Mondays. It's a monster movie where I do find 3 things I like. Wednesdays, regular episodes, filmseizure.com. All that stuff, filmseizure.com.
Yes.
Then we've got, I've got B-Movie Enema.
You do.
bmovieenema.com on Fridays. I will never watch this movie for that. I'm done with this movie.
You're done.
I might microwave this
after we do 10. Are they on the same?
No.
Oh, separate discs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just toss it. Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Use it as a coaster.
I don't even think I'd want to put my drink on it.
Yeah, no. Anyway, so yeah, come back on Wednesday. We'll be in much better spirits.
We'll talk about a good movie.
And talking about a really good movie.
Yes, we are.
With special guests and everything. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So until Wednesday when we get back to normal, I am Geoff Arbuckle.
I am Jason Oliver, and you have been listening to shit. And Film Seizure.
Which was a special this time.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Yeah.